Use Chewbacca sounds from the bars.
Yeah! Please?
Okay. Do you want to throw, because I don't think you guys have cursed.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Chewbacca noises.
Wait, do you want me to just be like, say one curse word so that way you can...
I mean, it's fine. I will. I
Trust me, I'll probably say one.
Hey, it's Lillian from Manchester Productions, and we're here across the street from Circeros in St. Louis with New American Classic. Hi, guys.
Hey.
So, can you both introduce yourselves and tell us your role in your band?
My name's Kyle. I am the bass player, and I'm one half. And
I'm Michael, and I play guitar and sing, and I'm the other half.
So it's just you two?
Technically.
Nice. So, how did you meet?
well, several years ago in Springfield, Michael and I played in separate bands. And we met once randomly, but probably like a year and a half later, maybe, I was asked to fill in on bass for Michael's old band. And I started filling in. Michael and I became best friends, and then I just joined that band, and that's kind of how we became acquainted.
And he lived on my couch for like 3 months.
Actually, I lived on your top bunk. You had a bunk bed.
Oh yeah, bunk bed. Yeah,
You had a bunk bed.
But you lived on the couch, basically.
It was a good couch.
I do. So, how do you think the St. Louis music scene is unique, and how does it help you guys as performers?
Well, we're actually not from St. Louis. This is our second time here with New American Classic. With our former band, we played here several times. I love St. Louis, the town itself. I'm a big St. Louis fan. As far as the music scene is, I've noticed it's really healthy. I noticed the bands help each other out a lot. There's always shows, and people always show up in St. Louis. And every time we've played in St. Louis, we've always been treated nice by the fans, the other bands, the venues. St. Louis is one of my favorite places to play. And there's White Castle.
I think the scene has also gotten a lot better since I first started playing in St. Louis, because when I first started, the pop scene was almost dead, it seemed like. So now it seems like all these bands that we've met, like Kyle said, just kind of help to push each other and to build shows that everybody just kind of shows up and they know people, like it's just going to pack a house every time.
Great. So, how would you describe your genre for people who haven't heard your music before?
We're pushing for a radio pop sound with still a rock and roll, almost 50s, but modernized.
I get asked this question a lot because I work. My day job is in public service with people, and so I deal with a lot of the elderly people. Like, oh, you look like a rock and roller, and I'm like, I play music. They're like, what do you do? What do you sound like? And I just kind of throw out names like that people would know. It's on the radio. So like, I tell people it's a mixture of like some of that pop from Fall Out Boy that you hear on the radio, mixed with some of kind of that the rock and roll and kind of underground still scene from like Taking Back Sunday. But we still like to bring the rock that like you might get from like Foo Fighters or like Blink-182. Most people know those bands. It's kind of a blend of
Like
everything that Michael and I have loved since we were 12.
We've even taken like way back stuff and just kind of incorporated little things that most people would never catch, but to us it's like those are little special moments that we kind of just get to put into our...
Right. So, if you could be signed to any major record label, who would you pick?
Warner Brothers. Kyle's got a lot though.
Warner Brothers would be sweet. I really like Hopeless Records. I like a lot of the bands they put out. It's not necessarily the biggest label, but I think as far as the bands and the family that we could join there, I think it would be really cool, and they're really supportive. And we'd be with some of our favorites. Of course, Warner Brothers would be cool. Island. That'd be rad.
There's a lot of different ones
Yeah.
that we've thought about with, but we haven't pursued much yet until we can get our feet planted on our own.
So, what's the process like to write new material for you guys?
It's actually probably one of the most fun processes we've ever done.
It's quite different from most bands, actually.
Yeah. We actually don't come in with a song. We don't come in the studio with a song. We come in with either an idea, a guitar part, or a little vocal part, a tag, a hook, and we build it from the bottom up.
It's really interesting because Michael actually, we both lived in Springfield. Michael moved to Kansas City 2 years ago. Yeah. And what we, because like, we'll send each other like clips of like us singing or like us like mouthing guitar parts or something back and forth to each other through text messages and get into like GarageBand. And then our producer is actually one of our really good friends, Kevin Gates from Springfield, and not the rapper. He's not the rapper. He's a producer. You guys Gold Records. We go in and we meet with him and we're like, hey, we have some ideas. And we'll probably spend 30 minutes just shooting the shit with some different ideas that we all have. And so we all like one that we really think we can build. And then we just kind of, like Legos, we just kind of put that together. And then we can jam out a song in a weekend, like a Saturday, Sunday. We just have.
But Kevin really does have a huge hand in all of our songs.
He does.
With co-writing and everything, because I don't know, we just love him a lot, and so we wouldn't be as much as we would.
He's got a great musical ear.
Yes.
What's your favorite place to play?
Probably the Outland Ballroom.
The ballroom's always fun.
Mostly ballroom for me because I get to go back home and see a whole bunch of people I haven't seen in like months.
I do like Circeros a lot. I love going to St. Louis. As far as Midnight Classic goes, we haven't played a whole ton of places. As far as venues go, the Blue Note was rad.
The Blue Note was pretty sweet.
The Blue Note was really cool. Warped was fun.
We did that a long time ago.
There's a venue in Colorado called the Black Sheep that is really rad.
We had fun.
It's a really fun venue.
What about that one in Iowa? What was that called?
The one that we didn't notice, like the time change, and we were
there
like
was
an hour late.
There was a time change between Missouri and Iowa. We didn't realize it, so we showed
Was it
up.
Iowa? No, that was.
It was Des Moines, Iowa, because we drove up. It was 5 hours away.
I don't think there's a time change there.
Yeah, there is.
I think we just were late.
No, there was a time change.
Yeah,
Really?
Iowa doesn't have a time change.
Then maybe
Indiana.
That was always
Indiana has a time change, and that's the one that we were an hour late because we didn't know. We didn't think about it.
Yeah. But the Iowa one was funny because we were super late and it was snowing, and we showed up, threw our stuff on stage, played, and pulled our stuff off stage.
Yes, we didn't even get a bathroom break before we played.
It was
We
like
just
run in, jump on
banned.
stage, play, get off the stage.
That was a good time. And that night we actually it was so cold because touring in the north in
Like December.
no, it's January. It's a terrible idea. We had to get a hotel room so we wouldn't freeze to death. And the next morning there was a drug raid
At the hotel.
At the hotel, like 2 doors down from our room. We were in the bad part of town apparently. We didn't know.
Okay, if you could play any venue in the world, where would you play and why?
The O2s over in Europe.
I want to play. I would honestly love to play the pageant down the road.
Or Madison Square Garden. That would be sweet.
That'd be rad. Red Rocks would be cool.
I got some big dreams apparently.
Red Rocks, House of Blues in Chicago.
Yeah.
I think that would be, and House of Blues in at Disney World, just because then we could go to Disney World too.
That's true.
Do either of you have tattoos? And if so, can you show us a few of your favorites?
We both have tattoos.
I only have one. my shoulder, and it's a Triforce from The Legend of Zelda, which makes me the nerd. That half of the nerd in our band.
I don't know. I think my nerd tattoos might out-nerd yours.
Maybe.
I got 70 times 7 up here for the brand new, and also because of Jesus' teachings on forgiveness. I believe forgiveness is an important part of life. I got my bass clef right here, which is the most painful tattoo I've ever had. Right here on my rib cage. I have the Mandalorian symbol from Star Wars right here. It's actually going to be a whole Star Wars leg sleeve. And then I think my favorite tattoo, it's on the back of my calf here. It is, it's Baymax from Big Hero 6 in a Batman suit. So it's actually DC, Marvel, and Disney all in one tattoo.
Nice.
And
Yeah, he kind of wins.
that's
Yeah. I think that's a trump card. If you weren't in a band, what would you be doing with your life?
Well, actually, I'm a teacher.
Oh,
yeah, he's a music teacher. I would be, I'd go back to school, and I would actually be a history teacher. And maybe like a football coach or a track coach, wrestling coach. I'm really big into sports, so.
what's the weirdest thing that's ever happened to you at a show? Besides
show?
being late twice.
Oh, we're late all the time. Because of him, not because of me.
I forgot a shirt. We have been late because of you several times in the past.
In the past,
I think the weirdest thing that's happened to me at a show was back when I played metalcore, popcore, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
it was
shows get
pop
weird.
We were there was like we had just got done with our set, and then the last band went on. And in the very first song of the last band, I'm not sure exactly how. I think like there was moshing or something, but a girl was pushed,
Oh.
and she fell down, and she had a seizure, and this was in Baltimore, and it actually cut the entire show, and that was the last show ever at that venue slash church.
wow.
It was beneath the Empire.
Either this or that.
Okay,
Dogs or cats?
dogs. Kyle, you're allergic to cats.
I know, but Dwight's so cool.
But you're allergic to him.
I'm more of a dog guy, but I do love our cat Dwight.
Can you still see us? Yeah. Sorry, the sun's going down. I have to make sure we can see.
Bye, son.
Netflix or YouTube?
Netflix.
Download or physical copy?
Physical copy.
A physical copy of what?
Music.
Like CD or record? Download. Download the music, buy the record. I'm a vinyl guy.
It's sad.
I love records.
I download everything, but I would rather have a CD of everything.
Oh yeah, I mean if I could.
I
It's just
don't.
I'm broke and money gets poured into this band or bills, so I do a lot of Spotify, which I hate to say that, but I do Spotify, and then I'll buy the record, and I have records.
Spotify gets us at least money.
It gets
A
us some
little bit.
pennies.
Pennies here and there.
Big party or small gathering?
Small gathering.
Depends on the situation. Usually small gathering, but sometimes I like big parties. Depends on how big it is though, because I get anxiety.
I like a nice bonfire and some friends.
Coke or Pepsi?
Coke, because it tastes better with whiskey.
Coke. Wait, unless it's wild cherry Pepsi, then wild cherry Pepsi.
That wasn't an option.
Watch the movie or read the book?
Movie.
Movie.
Except my wife got me into some like really cool books that I don't usually read.
Well, movie unless it's a graphic novel. I like graphic novels. I'm a nerd.
Technicality.
It's a book.
Alright, East Coast or West Coast?
I've never been to a coast.
I've never been to the West Coast. I'm going in the beginning of August to Portland, so I'll let you know.
Just comment on the video in a couple months, be like, yeah, I made up my mind.
It's this one.
I've never seen an ocean.
Well,
Yeah, I know. Michael, you know that.
Kyle, Your hair would be crazy because the humidity.
I can't
You
imagine.
would be a puffball.
It's been crazy the last month and a half. Anyways.
All right. This is a question I like to rephrase as, "Hey, what's your girlfriend's hair color or wife?" Basically, blondes or brunettes?
Well, my wife is a brunette.
My girlfriend is currently a redhead, and she likes to change her hair color.
It's like auburnish red.
It's auburnish red. It's still red, and literally, I don't know. It's been several different colors since we've been together, and just they're all cool.
All right. Xbox or PlayStation?
Xbox.
PlayStation.
Uh.
I recently just converted.
Hold on, I got a better answer. Wii U.
Only if it's a Nintendo game. Honestly, the system that gets played the most in my house as far as gaming, not just streaming. But my girlfriend and I play a lot of Super Nintendo, and we play a lot of 64.
Hey, I play a lot of Wii. Like, playing through Zelda HD on Twilight Princess.
Well, maybe one day I'll get a Wii again.
Hey, well, you know what? It's backwards from what I was used to.
Festival show or bar show?
Bar show.
Both. At the same time.
I
A
mean-
festival bar show.
We've played a couple and like my heavy band. We played a couple festivals. I just like festivals are really fun, but as far as like
Can they do like a spring festival show? Because then it's not like super
as
hot.
far as like
Literally
actually
the
like
temperature
seeing
of
the
the sun
band,
mask, I guess.
like every time I go to Warped, like I'm like, cool, the band was good, but I know they're 10 times better
Not outside.
in an actual venue.
Yeah. And they get to play more songs.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong,
They're so
I love the Warped Tour, and it's a great event, but as like you can catch a lot of bands, but as far as like music quality goes, venue shows always have it beat because the bands can be on their top notch. They're not exhausted, and it's not 110 degrees.
Right.
Right. Last question: is there anything you want to say to your fans, or any questions that I haven't asked that you wish I would have?
Go Cardinals. Go Mizzou.
What he really means is go Royals.
There's a barrier there. And go Fins. I would
KC Chiefs only because the St. Louis Rams moved to freaking LA.
fuck Stan Kroenke. Fuck Stan Kroenke. There's your sound. There's your sounds. There's your Chewbacca sounds. I fucking hate Stan Kroenke. So I'm a Dolphins fan now. I would say thank you for supporting us, and we are really going to try our best to get out because we put out our record, and we want to travel, and we want to meet you, and we want to play music in different cities and eat good food in other cities.
Yes. And also that we love you guys a lot because you've supported us through a lot. Some of you have followed us since you were 12. Some of you have followed us since you were like 19, 20. But we love every one of you equally and just hope that you're happy where you're at.
Bye, guys.